Hey all, this is Bijee. Welcome to my channel. If you are a beginner, I understand. It can be very tempting to say yes to every opportunity that comes your way. But today, in this video, I will explain you why you should stay calm and don't say yes right away to any commissioned work. This video is a part of a series Noah and the Ark, which was my commission work of 6 feet by 4 feet. In this series, I will touch all the topics related to a commission work, which can be of a great value, especially to beginners who are starting their career in commission work. If you haven't seen the first video, where I showcase my commission painting and also talks about the life lessons that I learned from that work, then please do check that out later after this video. The link will be given in the description below. While I explain you the points to consider, in the background I will show my painting stages. So let's jump into today's topic. To begin with, working on commission is entirely different than working on your own. When you are working on your own, you paint whatever you want to paint on your own schedule, and that's that. But when you are working on commission, you have to work on someone else's timeline rather than your own. Having said that, I believe that most artists are happy to receive an invitation to create commission work. But before accepting any commission work, it's great to consider these few points that can help you avoid any stressful situations. Oh wait, before I jump into these points, I would like to tell you is that you should properly check from where you are getting this commission work. Is it from a known person, or is it through online social media by someone whom you don't know? Because these days, lots of fraud things are happening in artist world too. So be careful. Do all the required checks before you actually consider that work. Now in this video, I am talking about a genuine commission work. That means your client is known to you or referred by someone you know. The very first thing that you should ask yourself is that, am I capable of completing this project? As I mentioned earlier, if you are a beginner, it can be very tempting to say yes to every opportunity. But be honest with yourself, with your capabilities and your limitations. Ask yourself, is there some technique or skill set that you aren't familiar with? Will you be able to learn that skill set within the time limit? Will you be able to do justice with that painting? If not, then it's better to say no than to promise something you can't deliver. This will only stress you out and disappoint your client. Considering this point, I said no to one of my clients for a commission work. I was asked to paint a portrait of Jesus Christ using knife painting technique. Now, since I had never done this earlier and having such a huge project already in hand, I felt I didn't had enough time to learn that skill set. I didn't want to compromise on the quality of the work which I had already accepted, and hence I said no to that project. The second point to consider is how long this project will take me. If it's something that you have already done, if it's a replica of one of your current pieces, then you are very much comfortable with the techniques, materials, and you know the whole process. But if it's something new, then it's going to take more time as you have to communicate back and forth to understand exactly what they want. In my case, I had to spend a lot of time in finding proper reference pictures of 42 different animals and birds. Considering their lights and shadows, position in the reference picture, and many more. So I spend lot of time in researching and drawing. You also have to know how much detailing is needed in the final piece. Same piece can be done with less detailing, and it's not wrong or incomplete. It's called as loosely done. And with more finer details, it's called as realistic work. Both are final piece of artwork. But I feel realistic work takes more time and effort. It's my perspective. Your thoughts might differ. Consider the time needed for the availability of your materials. My commission work was done during the lockdown phase, but I was lucky to get my materials before the lockdown. The canvas size that I needed was 6 feet by 4 feet, which is not a common size to get from any shop. You have to custom order it. I had to search for shops who does that. I called few shops. One was ready to give me canvas roll but won't make the frame. The other one makes the frame but don't provide canvas. Finally, after a few more searches, I got a shop who was ready to make a box canvas of the required size and also deliver at my home. I did all this keeping in mind that I should get my canvas and paints before the lockdown so that it won't affect the delivery time. Also, do consider the time of transportation and how you're going to ship your artwork. I first thought of shipping it as it is because my client wanted it as stretched canvas, as it is ready to hang, and moreover, framing with wooden frame and glass is slightly out of fashion. But unfortunately, I couldn't send that way. Now you might be wondering, why is it so? Well, I will explain that in detail in my upcoming video, packaging and shipping. So if you haven't subscribed yet, then do consider subscribing my channel and hit that bell button so that you don't miss any important video. Also, by the end of the video, if you liked it and any point was valuable to you, please hit the like button so that YouTube also likes it and forwards to many more who can benefit from this. So let's recollect. Your time should include time for researching or drawing, procuring your materials, painting, loose or detailed, drying time. Like in varnishing, you will have to wait for each layer to dry. This I will explain in detail in the topic varnishing. Then the next is packaging and finally shipping. I hope you don't forget these points, or else you can take a note of it. The next important point to ask yourself is that, do I work well with other people? Making a work of art for yourself is a solo act. Producing a work of art on commission for someone else is a relationship. A partnership between you and that person or your client. Being able to communicate and be flexible with the client is extremely important for this relationship. Let me tell you, successful commission work comes from people who are familiar with your art, know what you are capable of producing, like what you do, give you the freedom to do what you do best, and who place minimal restrictions on your creativity. If your client doesn't fall in this category, then it's better to say no to that commission work. And the final point is, does this project fit with my artistic goals, and how much does this matter to me right now? You as an artist will eventually develop goals for your art if you haven't already. Some projects will come up which will make you so happy to complete them, but some projects will make you think about short-term and long-term benefits. Recently, I had to say no to a project which will fetch me money now but will not benefit in long term. Instead, If I use my that time effectively, then even though I will not get any money now, but the work that I do during that time will be effective for my long-term goal. These are the few points that you have to ask yourself before accepting any commission work. If you think there are few other points that should also be considered, then comment me below so that even I get to know about it and it will be helpful to others too. In the next video, I will explain you few points that you have to ask your client before saying yes. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.